You remember my last video, I showed you my Leo James flag Tele that I bought, which I love. Took a lot of setup to get it to where I love it, but I actually do. Well, I talked about how I would get used to the pickups that it came with and see if I liked them. And the fact is, I kind of did. I kind of liked them, but I wanted that guitar to be more of a monster than it was. I had it playing well, and I had it looking good. And then I had, I straightened out all the issues with the neck and all that. And, the bridge height and all that kind of thing, the saddle heights. And when I get all that figured out, I then had time to play the guitar for a while. And I decided those pickups were good, but I knew that I owned another set of pickups that were better. Those pickups, at the time, lived in this guitar. This is my my probably 5-year-old Firefly thin line Telecaster copy. Yeah, can't figure out from the serial number what year it was, but I'm guessing it's probably about 5 years old. But I had installed some Seymour Duncan quarter-pound Tele pickups in this guitar, and I wasn't really playing this guitar. It's got a little bit thicker neck than I generally prefer. I like a slim C, This is a not-so-slim C. And, I wasn't playing it because, I've got arthritic hands, and thicker necks are starting to get a little bothersome. I ran into that problem also with my Epiphone Les Paul, which I played almost exclusively in my band at the time for many years. Stopped playing it because the neck is just a little thicker. And the older I get, the harder it is to fret that guitar. I mean, just making a fist hurts now. So, but I knew that the Seymour Duncan quarter-pound Tele pickups lived in that Firefly guitar, and that I wasn't really playing that guitar. So the idea was, let's swap those Duncans out with the Leo James pickups and just go swap them between two guitars. Because I thought, this guitar here, I could live with the, good Leo James pickups, but I wanted great pickups for the Leo James. So that's the success story, was that I did have a better set of pickups to put in my newly acquired Leo James. Now comes the failure. Now comes the epic tale of woe. Very easy to unmount pickups out of two guitars, and when you're going to swap them, you end up having two guitars in pieces on your bench because you've got to take both sets out. You've unmounted 4 pickups, and you've got 2 guitars with their guts laid open to the world. And the idea is, to swap them over, do the wiring, put the hardware on, and then adjust the heights and all that stuff, and then you're done, right? Well, the first thing I did was I took the Leo James ones that I had unmounted from the Leo James and installed them in this guitar right here, my Firefly thin line Tele. And that went off without a hitch because Firefly is just a great guitar. It was at the time. It's even better now, the way they make guitars. But so easy to install anything in a Firefly. It just is. So I did that one first because I was going to pay special extra attention to the Seymour Duncan quarter-pound pickups that were going to go in my Leo James. So I saved that half for last. And what I went and did, as I was, I had installed the neck pickup already. So that was in, that was wired. Now I'm putting in the bridge pickup, which is the flagship pickup of the Seymour Duncan set. The neck sounds great, but most Telecaster necks sound pretty good. It's the bridges that can be a little iffy. I find that some of them can be thin. So thin sounding. So here I was. I had taken my Duncan bridge out of that Firefly. I'm putting it in the bridge plate of the Leo James. And I'm just doing like I always do, and I'm feeling around for it, and there it is. Put it in the hole, get ready to get the screws and the springs and do the whole thing. And as I pushed it into the hole, I heard this heart-rending, sickening, horrifying, horror movie soundtrack sound that no guitar tech wants to hear. That's the sound of a million little coil wires tearing out. As I pushed it in, I did not realize that the Leo James bridge plate pickup hole was a little smaller than that in the Firefly. Because when I installed it in the Firefly, I just went, boop, screw, all done. Nope. The Leo James is a little bit tighter fit for a Duncan pickup. Didn't even notice it. I put it in. I noticed that the composite lip, the plastic lip on top, had a little trouble going through, but I thought, well, that's nothing. And I figured, well, the coils are a little smaller than that, so they should go right in as soon as the lip gets through. Not so. If you go to push it through and it's at a slight angle, well, the side of that bridge route, sharp metal, just went and bit the coils. First I heard the cloth tear away, and I was like, oh no. And then I heard that zipping sound of a million little coil wires just coming apart. And I looked down, sure enough, they were just all looking at me with those little dead expressions on their coils. And I said, I don't believe I just did that. It blew up a very expensive and best sounding Tele pickup that I had in the house. So anyway, long story longer, I just had to vent that out with a lot of drama so that I could feel better about having done it. I'll start therapy soon. But I pulled it out. It's launched. It's dead. I always save those for the parts because those the poles are still good. So I said, what am I going to do now? I'm shy one bridge pickup. The thin line Telecaster had the Leo James pickups in it, but I didn't want to put those back in the Leo James. No. I thought, I got to have something in the house. I know I do. So just by sheer luck, I went back here into my walk-in inventory room, otherwise known as a big closet. I've got a huge boxes of guitar parts, some of which I have uninstalled with the intention of using for something later, some other project, and some stuff I bought with the intention of using but never ended up using. And it was that box that I went looking in, and I found a brand new matched set of GFS Tele pickups. And I had never heard them before. I had never taken them out of them. They're still in the shipping box. The tape wasn't even taken off them yet. So I was like, oh my God, look at that, brand new pickups, wow. So I said, I need pickups, and I don't want to wait to order any. So I opened them up, and I installed those in the Leo James, hoping that they would be good. Well, as it turned out, they were really good. I don't know why I put them away and didn't use them, but those GFS Tele pickups, and I'm trying to remember what model they were. Anyway, they were kind of a hot wind, which you can still find on the GFS website if you go there, guitarfetish.com. It worked out great. As it turned out, those were a pretty good stand-in for the Seymour Duncan, really expensive quarter-pound pickups that I had lunched. So I took the Seymour Duncan neck pickup out because I wanted to use a matched set. I like a matched set. So I took the dead bridge pickup, wrapped it up, put it in a bag, marked it dead, so I knew I could use the pole pieces and little chassis later if I wanted to. But I put the neck pickup, wrapped it up all nice, labeled it correctly, and I marked it as sounding great, because it is. And I put them together in a box, and those are going to go back in storage. I'll find some use. If I ever lose a neck pickup for a Tele, I know that I've got a really good one waiting there. So I finished the job such that the Leo James now had GFS Tele pickups in it, and they sounded good, really good. I was very happy. And then I put that guitar away and decided to pay attention to this Firefly. And I picked it up and played it for a while. And it occurred to me then that I wasn't that happy with the Leo James pickups. And I decided I didn't like them. And I'm thinking, God, I'm making more work for myself here. So what I did was I went on Amazon. And I went and did what I've done several times before, and that's look for inexpensive import pickups to replace those with. Now, Leo James instruments are really good, but I have found that the weak point with them is usually the pickups. Now, I'm not saying they're bad, because they're not bad, but you know, they're average. They're okay. They do the job. Depends. Sometimes you get lucky. My other Leo James guitars, they sound great. I have not changed the pickups in those. So anyway, my thin line Firefly, now the focus was on that. And I went on Amazon, and I ended up picking up these Wilkinson M Series Telecaster pickups. They come through Music Lily. I had put Wilkinson single coils in my Fogil Stratocaster, and the sound is tremendous. So I said, oh, you know what? I wonder how their Tele pickups are. So I bought those. And let me share this with you. If you go on Amazon looking for less expensive Telecaster pickups that you want to get great tone out of, them's the babies right there. Wilkinson M Series, low-Gauss, mind you, low magnetism pickups, low-Gauss. When I bought them, I was kind of worried about that low-Gauss heading. I'm like, does that mean I'm not going to get the output I want from them? Don't worry about it, because with the right closeness to the strings, those things are killer. They pound, and they are not noisy, and they are not microphonic. Now, it's too late tonight for me to play that for you right now as I make this video. But when it's light out, maybe I'll cut a few minutes of playtime with that thing in so you can hear what it sounds like. But that was the ultimate win of this whole story, having sourced out those Wilkinson M Series Telecaster pickups for my Firefly thin line Telecaster. And that guitar has been transformed. Now I've got that Leo James with the flag on it that sounds great. But I've got this Firefly that sounds phenomenal. Super. I'm so happy with it. Sometimes you make the right purchase, and it didn't break the bank. I gotta figure, I think I paid, it couldn't have been more than 40 bucks for the match set. Something like that. Yeah, I mean, it was inexpensive. Wasn't the cheapest pickups there were, but Wilkinson M Series, low-Gauss, there are several different versions in there, but go for the low-Gauss, because I'll tell you what, the lower magnetism does not cost that thing any sound. Not at all. Don't confuse the magnetism with the output, because low-Gauss was a good thing, or else Mr. Wilkinson wouldn't have included those in his inventory, in his product line. So yeah, hang on a minute. When it's light out and I can make noise, I'll play that for you, and you can tell me what you think. Well, thanks for hanging around for the little demo here. You are being addressed by my reflection in my stage right 15-watt all-tube amp. And please take note of the knob settings where all of the EQ is nooned, and we've only got about 1/3 of reverb set up there. It's set for a pretty clean channel, and I'm just going to demonstrate what the new Wilkinson M Series Telecaster pickups in the low-Gauss configuration sound like in my Firefly thin line Telecaster copy. The Firefly, I guess it's the True series, I guess. And I just wanted to share with you what the Wilkinson pickups sound like. I've got a previous video with this same guitar that had Duncan quarter-pound pickups being played through the my Bogner Alchemist. This is a little bit different, a little more scientifically controlled. The guitar volume and tone, unless otherwise stated, will be all the way up. And I'll go through the bridge, the mix, and the neck positions of these Wilkinson M Series pickups, and tell me what you think. Here's the bridge. Knobs turned all the way up, like I said. EQ on the amp, nooned, and not set all that loudly. Now let me show you the middle mix position, the blend of the two pickups, bridge and neck. Now let me show you the neck. Again, the knobs are turned all the way up. This is the neck position. I'm going to let go of the guitar with my hands here. I'm going to take my hands off the strings, and I've got the bridge pickup selected, just so you can hear that there's no noise. When you ground it correctly against the bridge, there is no noise. Again, here's your bridge position. Bitey, nice lead sound. Your mix position. Nice scooped, a little bright at the top, a little bottom end. And then the neck by itself. these are amazing pickups. I'm going to move the amp controls to be a little more like I usually like them. A little extra bass. Scoop out the mid a little bit. Turn up the high a little bit. Leave the reverb where it is. Not much of a change, but... neck, and here is the middle. And the bridge. How about a little distortion? I'm going to drop the main volume and I'll crank the gain. I'm going to put it on the bridge position pickup, where it already is actually. Now you can hear the single coil noise, but it's not ground noise. It's just single coil phase noise. But here's distortion. There's your bridge. Here's the middle. Of course, the noise goes away in the middle because they're canceling each other. And then, of course, your neck position. You get the noise again. Well, shitty playing, but a pretty good demo of what the pickups are capable of in a thin line Telecaster. So I hope you found that little bit there enjoyable, and I hope that it will convince you to eventually try some of those Wilkinson M Series Telecaster pickups. They certainly have improved the tone of the guitar quite a bit. I'm sure your playing is better than mine, so you'll get a better idea, on your own. And I'm sure you'll have an amp of greater proportion, stature, and power than my little stage right here. But this one does do a pretty good job of just demoing. So thanks for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, throw a like on it. Like I always say, I do not monetize. I'm not getting paid by YouTube, but it's nice to see the subs. So hopefully we'll see you again soon. And as always, we'll catch you on the next one.